Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I got up super early this morning. I was up at like 7 or 7:30, something like that. Maybe closer to 7 o'clock actually, or 7:15 probably. And ended up going to the grocery stores. I think we left by about 7:30 or 7:45, something. No, honestly, I think it was about 7:30 we ended up leaving by. So I had to have been up by 7 o'clock because it takes me about half an hour to get ready. And we went to the grocery stores, went to Valley Produce, Caputo's, and Aldi. And then we ended up going to, we came back. I ended up cleaning out the refrigerator, put all the groceries away, did dishes, and then ended up coming in my room. I did a little bit more with my journal today. What I actually ended up doing was I did a produce prep sheet of how I want to do my produce prep and everything like that. And I just wrote down all the produce that I bought for this week and if I need to cut it and what I'm going to be using it for, or if it's just for snacking on or whatever. Oranges I'll cut up and put them in the fridge, but they'll most likely be for snacking on or whatever. So I did that, and then I ended up what's it called, after that we ended up going to the football game. And well, it was a scrimmage kind of game that we ended up playing. It's you end up playing, there's 4 teams on one half of the field and 4 teams on the other half of the field. And if you're on the one half of the field that you're on and those 4 teams, you end up playing them. You play each team on offense and each team on defense. And we ended up scoring on offense against the first team, and then ended up playing defense against the other team, and they didn't score at all against our defense. And then we ended up playing offense, and then we ended up playing defense again. We ended up playing defense against the first team, and we ended up holding them to only 1 touchdown. And then ended up playing against the second team again. We played our offense, and we ended up scoring against them. So basically, when we played the first team, it was a wash because it was 1-1, and we beat basically the second team. So it was honestly, I think, the first year that has really ever happened, at least since I've been coaching, where we've had a positive instead of more of a negative, or a tie or toss up or whatever. Which I think is really awesome because they were really, really raw on offense, honestly. Defensively, they looked actually pretty good. The other team would move the ball and stuff like that, and the one team didn't have too many mistakes. The other team ended up with the ball fumbling almost all the time. They ended up having football, they were long snapping it, so it kept going over the quarterback's head several times, and so they had a lot of mistakes, and they were the ones that we ended up having a wash with. It just, we scored and they scored, but they ended up having a lot of mistakes. The other team didn't. They were the ones that didn't end up scoring against us, and they barely moved the ball almost at all. The other team was able to move it a little bit, but then all of a sudden they go back because they ended up getting a fumble or something like that, or the kid would try and run it around and we'd end up catching him in the backfield, so they go back 5 yards. And it wasn't official official game, or they didn't have official referees, but they had referees out there that would just blow the whistle, obviously. And they also too, I apparently kicked one of the kids that we were playing out because he was, I don't know if he got into a fight or he was pushing one of our kids, and our kids went off on him and was you have to knock it off. It was crazy, and the referee caught it apparently, and the kid actually got not kicked out of the game, but he wasn't allowed to play or something like that. At least that is what I heard from the sidelines since I was there, and also to the accounts of what everybody else was telling me. I'm not entirely sure what ended up happening. Someone said it was pushing after the whistle, and then the referee said something. I'm not totally sure the whole logistics of how that ended up happening, but long story short, the kid was out of the game. They do a really good job there. We actually, that's our favorite preseason like scrimmage that we do, because they do such a good job every single year. We love it there. And that's the one we go to. But I don't have any film. We actually there was some really great like stuff that happened, but I don't have any film because I didn't bring my camera, and I'm not recording this year. I am on the sidelines. Someone else is going to be recording, and then we're going over film later, but I'm not gonna have that or anything like that to add in vlogs and stuff, so which is kind of sad. I'm hoping we can still save it on a flash drive or something like that though, just because I've recorded every single one of Jack's football games, almost, I think every single, well, I know every single year with the exception of flag, but I think almost every single game all year. And like, I don't know, I feel really sad if we ended up, you know, missing the you know, some of the film. Then we ended up coming back from football after that was all over. You know, like I said, all the kids were on a real positive note and everything, and there was actually like, I mean, like, just really overall really good plays, and some kids too that stepped up that we were like, wow, like, you know, because we are a mix of like silver and gold, which is the kids that were playing last year and this year. So it's like merging of two teams, and like, you know, some of the kids we haven't ever really seen before, and so seeing them was just like really cool. And like a lot of the kids too, even one of Jack's really good friends actually played on the other team, and so he is now on Jack's team though. But like, just the stuff that like Jack was saying and stuff like that, right? Like, this so not out of character for him, but he's like not a real like talkative person, and he's like very like just like straight faced kind of a lot of the time, and like, but Jack's like really such good friends with him and stuff like that, and he's more of like a funny kind of kid, and so like when he was like getting all serious and stuff like that in the game, it was fun. So anyways though, we ended up going to Wendy's actually after the game, because there was one, they closed the one in our town, which is kind of really sad, so there was one on the way home. We ended up going there, and I got some strawberry lemonade because I love Wendy's strawberry lemonade, and they don't have it, like, you know, they don't have one in our town anymore, so that's really sad. But I got some today, which was good. And yeah, overall it was like a really good day. I did wear sunscreen today, so I didn't get sunburned, but I got like a nice little tan kind of going on, which is nice that, again, I didn't get sunburned. I remembered to put sunscreen on because it wasn't actually super hot out today, like ridiculously hot in the years past it has been, but it was still like, I think it was a high of like 80 or so, which is actually not super hot. Like I said, I think last year, honestly, I just remember baking, and it was probably close to like 90 degrees or something like that. But we ended up going to Wendy's, then we came back home and actually finished watching the Cubs game. Then I ended up doing my work, and that's almost literally, I just had like some snacks and stuff like that, kind of for like, because Wendy's was kind of like dinner, but it was still kind of early for dinner, so I just had a little bit of snack stuff for my dinner tonight. And ended up, I forgot what I was going to say, just watched a little bit of YouTube, and honestly that brought me to the point where I am now. And I did do my what's it called, my bullet journal for today. I ended up adding in, this is stuff I got done for today. Obviously went to football game and shopping. I got my work done, and I got part of the laundry done. I need to get my parents' laundry basket out of their room and finish that, so that was like half done. Dishes I finished also today, and then my meal prep I'm actually going to do tomorrow. I put that in there kind of as like a, I might get to it, I might not be able to get to it, so I'm going to add that over into Monday and do that. And I think it'll just be easier. I'm going to do the freezer meals for as much as I can get done, and then also the produce prep, and then my meal prep for this week as well, and do as much of that as possible tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of where that leaves us for today, guys. But overall, today it was like, I was just so happy because football is like really looking up this year. I feel like then in years past it hasn't been quite as a positive experience, but it was a really good one today, which I'm very happy about. And so yeah, that was it. And then also too, getting the groceries done, I don't have to worry about that either, and cleaned out the fridge and stuff like that, and also to staying organized with my bullet journal. And today though, because I was just so jam-packed with stuff, I didn't get to any vlogs. I'm going to hopefully start doing that again tomorrow and start easing myself back into it, because it's been like probably close to a whole week that I haven't done any vlogs. And I don't want to start falling behind again. I want to try and keep up with where I am. So, or keep up with how far I've fallen behind already. So anyways, though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe. And I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So, bye guys.